Hi everyone, this is your Govindraj. Welcome to the channel. In the previous video, we talked about reduced or early pension. This video, we will talk about a deferred pension and what are the benefits suppose you defer your pension beyond 58 years. So we are going to discuss details about this. And there are two possibilities on completion of 58 years, and you have at least continued or contributed 10 years of minimum service to the EPS. The first possibility is a member can defer the age of pension up to 60 years from 58 years. That means 2 years. And what is the benefit out of this? Suppose he defers and decides to take the pension on completion of 60 years or from the age of 60 years. He's going to get additional 4% for every completed year of service after 58 years. So that means there are 2 years possibility to defer. 8% on the original pension gets fixed up, then he's going to get that additional 8%. So this is the first possibility. The second possibility is he can also continue to contribute beyond 58 years and up to 60 years. In this case, of course, he's going to get additional pension of 8%. That means every year 4%, and then for 2 years 8%. So this is the first benefit. The second benefit is the service which he puts in and the contribution he makes for these 2 years will also be considered as pensionable service, and the salary during this period will also be considered for pensionable salary arriving at, and for that 60 months criteria, the 2 years salary also will be considered for calculation of the pension. So this is the benefit he is going to get, and it is not necessary that you have to defer your pension or you have to defer your contribution for both the years. It is at the option of the employee. Either he can defer for 1 year or he can defer it for 2 years also. But the condition here is he should have completed 10 years minimum service under EPS at the age of 58 years. It is not that an employee has contributed 8 years, and because of this deferment he is going to get another 2 years and he will become eligible for pension. So this is not going to happen. Only if you have completed 10 years of minimum contribution and service under EPS, then he is going to get this option. Otherwise it is not possible for him. Now let's take a simple example. Suppose your pensionable salary so arrived is 15,000, because it is restricted under 15,000 up to 15,000 rupees, and also take an example that he has completed 18 years of service in the EPS. So 15,000 into divided by 70 then will give you 3,857 rupees as pension per month. And because of this deferment, if you defer for 2 years, he is going to get 8% on this 3857, which is actually in a linear method 4,166 rupees. But the PF department will follow the compounding method, which I will explain you in the later. And so take an example, those employees or members who have continued to contribute beyond 58 years, not only the deferment of pension but also continue to contribute beyond years. Take the same example. Suppose the pensionable salary so arrived at 15,000 and that into 20 years, because here 2 more service period gets added, and that divided by 70 will give you 4,286 rupees. So on that, for every completed year of service beyond 58 years, he's going to get 4% additional. So that means if he has continued to contribute 2 more years, then 8%, that means 108% of 4,286 will lead to 4,628 rupees. This is a linear method. But as I said, the Provident Fund Department actually follows the compounding method. Now, in the first case, only the deferment case, the pension is arrived at 3,857 rupees. Whereas if you defer the pension, so then the first year of deferment you are going to get 4% on 3857%. So that means it will become 104%, which is 4,111 rupees. Suppose you do for 2 more years or full 2 years, then your pension will be on 4,011, another 4% gets added, which will be 4,171 rupees. So that means on the original pension you are going to get another additional 8.15 to 16%, 8.15 to 16%. So that benefit you will have. In the second case, Suppose you continue to contribute, take the same example, 15,000 and additional 2 years gets added because 18 years you have put it, and another 2 years becomes 20 years divided by 70 will give you 4,286. For the first year contribution and deferment, you are going to get 4% additional on 4,286 rupees, which will become 4,457 rupees. On that, for the second year deferment, you are going to get another 4%, which will become 4,635. So therefore, at the age of 60, your pension will become 4,635 rupees. So on an approximate around 8% plus, you are going to get a benefit. So this is about the pensionable salary at the ceiling wages, which is 15,000 rupees. Suppose you are eligible for higher pension and before 1/9/2014 you have contributed provident fund for the actual wages and you have become eligible for higher pension. So how that calculations will look at? Take the same example of 18 years. Suppose your pensionable salary is arriving at 50,000 rupees and you have exercised the option and now it is eligible. Assume that. So that assumption will give you 50,000 as a 60 months average. Suppose your salary gets into that, and then that multiplied by 18 divided by 70 will give you 12,857 rupees as pension per month. Suppose you have deferred the contribution for 1 year, on that you are going to get another 4%, which will lead to 13,371 rupees as pension. Suppose you have done one more year, on 13,371 gets added another 4%, which will lead to 13,906 rupees as your pension. So that means at the age of 60, if you start drawing your pension, so your pension is going to become 13,906. So this is the first case, only the deferment. Suppose you have continued to contribute for 2 more years, and consider that your pensionable salary for the last 60 months, the average of last 60 months is 50,000, and 18 years service plus 2 years gets added. 50,000 into 20 divided by 70 will lead to 14,286 rupees, and because of this 4% additional, so you are going to get first year 14,857, and on that 4% 15,451 will lead to 15,451, and this will lead to additional 8.16% on the original pension, which gets fixed up. And so this is the higher pension case. Now let me also tell you how do you exercise this option. See, you have to at least 1 month before the completion of 58 years, you have to file an application. Suppose if you are doing it in manual mode, and in your UAN login there is an option under your claim section. You can also do there is a option for you to do both deferred pension and also deferred pension contributions, and if you exercise at least 1 month before the completion of 58 years, then you will become eligible for both the options, which you can, at your option, you can do this. So friends, so far in this video I gave you information about deferred pension, and suppose if this information has helped you and also added your knowledge, please do subscribe this channel and also share it with your friends and colleagues for their benefits, and I will come back to you with new informations and in the new videos going ahead. Till then, see you friends.